Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 15 Minutes of Game. It's my pleasure to introduce to you a game called Action Henk. This was in early access for quite some time, and I was interested in trying it out because I really don't know exactly what to expect from it. It looked almost like a bit of a mix of Joe Danger and some kind of roller coaster simulator, so wasn't 100% sure what's going to be going on with that one, but I was intrigued to look at it. It was in early access for a while, so hopefully it's been developed fairly well. We're going to dive right into it. I have never played this before, so we are going to give it, as usual, 15 minutes of game, and its time begins now. Alright, here we go. Let us begin! This is about sliding on your arse, so I've been told.
Fastest superhero, now the fastest action figure! Wow! Henk can do it all! Fast jumping reflexes! Grappling hook maneuvers!
You've left me no choice. See ya!
Oh yeah! Back in action!
Alright, so backspace to restart the level. I have a feeling we'll be doing a lot of that. Bronze, silver, and gold timers. So you can pick an opponent, so I guess that's just sort of a ghost mode of some description. Alright. As to what the controls are, well, the game didn't actually bother to tell me at any point, so I have no bloody idea. I assume it's just the cursors. Yep, okay. Up, down, left, and right. It was giving me prompts, I think, for the controller earlier. Now it is not, thankfully. Down to slide. Alright, you get this amount of speed going up right here. Okay, yeah. So, it does remind me a little bit of how Joe Danger did things. But it's all about getting up a decent amount of speed and actually doing the stunts and staying on the track and maintaining your momentum. Alright, you get a nice little replay as well. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yep, well, we can continue. I don't see a reason that. Oh, and I'm way worse than Mathis, apparently. So a couple of my friends have this. Alright, so we're going to be consistently comparing ourselves negatively to the people on our friends list as we go. Butt slide basics. What? Alright, let us find out how to do that. Let's begin. It's not an infinite runner, because there's nothing infinite about it. It is more about building up momentum. I wonder if you should, like, hold it down as you're going there, or if you should start running in that situation. Also reminds me a little bit of a few mobile games like Alto's Adventure and Tiny Wings, which I love, by the way, so there was nothing wrong with that. I'm just trying to figure out whether or not you should continue to slide as you're going up, or whether or not that's when you should release and start running. Will that actually maintain your momentum? Will that slow you down? Hard to say. Alright, Loop of Destiny. Okay, here we go. Bronze, silver, or gold. I should start using Mathis's ghosts, or In the Little Woods ghosts, or whatever. Yeah, I think you are supposed to kind of let go. I think that seems to be the way to maintain your momentum and speed. If you hold it down for too long, then it doesn't really seem to benefit you. Okay, speaking of things that don't benefit you, that. Okay, let's try that again. So you slide down the hill, you run when you're not sliding up the hill, and that's how you keep your speed up. Yeah, that seems to be the way to do it. From what I can tell, anyway. So there must be a way to gain enough momentum to actually run all the way up there. As to how you actually get that, that's a different matter entirely. There we go, slide that. Oh, we almost made it up there. There's something very satisfying about momentum runners, I guess you can call them. There's a reason why I keep going back to something like Tiny Wings, because it doesn't really get old. Once you perfectly nail a landing and get a huge amount of speed out of it, which sends you flying into the air, I think that's a very satisfying little bit of gameplay. So I wonder if also, like, slowing down is a factor as well. Now you've actually got to change direction. And you can sort of flip off the side there as well. I believe this game also has a level builder, which is a cool little feature. There we go. Get some speed going. Although, considering how lackluster the tutorial has been, it almost makes me think that I've missed, like, a key mechanic up to this point. Hopefully that's not true. I'm getting the idea, though. Hopefully it'll tell me. It's like, oh, right, there's a different mechanic that you gotta worry about. Whatever that might be. There's a lot of detail in the backgrounds here, actually, surprisingly so. More than I expected. I like the fact that everything's sort of based around a busy playroom, I suppose. Probably the best way to describe it. A lot of cool features in the background that didn't necessarily need to be there, but they do add quite a little bit to the theme. That you are, you know, some kind of action toy or whatever. Alright, so you can do the slide there, but I think I actually... No, I think that was the right thing to do. Actually gave us a bunch of speed. Alright, cool. And new stuff. I don't know what that is. I don't want to know what that is. That's disgraceful. Well, we were ahead of Mathis by 0.2 seconds or whatever. So I'll take that. Yeah, it does remind me something of like a 80s kids' children's bedroom or something like that. Which is a really nice level of detail. Okay, so now we're erasing some sort of NPC. Who, frankly, that's terrifying. Let's be honest. Alright, let's rock and roll. So it probably makes more sense to jump there. Nice thing about going up against ghosts as well is that you sort of learn when the best time to jump is as well. Because apparently this one requires a certain degree of precision to get enough speed going to be able to make those jumps. Then you can slide, there we go. It's a nice little way of sort of learning. Ow, bollocks. That was dismal failure. It's a nice little way of learning the game without being directly told exactly what's going on with it. Learning by watching. Oh, bloody hell. This is going to be one of those levels, isn't it? This is an enjoyable little experience so far. I wonder how many levels are being built for it, because that's going to be a fairly sort of key factor, I guess, in people deciding to buy it. I'm trying to get this wall jump right. There's something I keep screwing up about the wall jump. Which almost makes me think that, like, if I used a controller, it would probably be a lot easier. Because usually, you're holding right to run, but you've got to release right, and then I think hit the left cursor at a particular time to do the wall jump properly. And if you don't do that, then you end up screwing everything up horribly. God damn it! It's a little tricky to get it right. This bit's just me being out terrible, like, you can ignore that, but... Right, there we go. Up, jump, and then you get up, and you... Yeah, there we go. See, you press diagonally up and off the wall, and then it works out. And that's me screwing up completely. Did I actually have, like, enough time to really see that coming? I think I did. But in games like this, being able to play through and know what's coming is obviously going to give you a much, much bigger advantage than trying to do it all blind. Alright, there we go. Well, that... I guess that unlocked Betsy as a runner. As to whether or not there's any benefits to playing... Did that unlock Betsy? Oh, I think I have to beat her to unlock her, okay. Yeah, so I guess I didn't beat her. Oh, that's okay. That doesn't really matter too much. Alright, let's go to another level. Something a little bit trickier. I should race against Mathis's time here. Downloads the replay file surprisingly quickly. I like that. Although I don't think it... yeah, there. I was going to say, does it show Mathis's character? It does. Oh, God. Nope. Absolutely not. There we go. Slide up and jump. Slide and up and jump. Yeah, because you've really got to make that jump in one, otherwise you're never going to get anywhere off it. God damn it, Mathis. You have slightly more momentum than I do, and that annoys me more than it should. Down we go. Ah, and he was able to take the top road there, which I imagine is a lot quicker, and it is absolutely a lot quicker. So now I'm feeling like, well, that's that pretty much done, isn't it? Yeah, this is getting a lot trickier, but I like it so far, actually. It definitely reminds me a little bit of... no, I'm not so much getting... It's not Trackmania, is it? It's, Trials, a little bit. Except a lot easier, a lot more accessible. You know, Trials is crazy hard and kind of thrives on that fact. This still gives you that kind of pseudo fast-paced platforming and momentum-based gameplay without driving you up the wall. Well, we didn't beat Mathis. In fact, we got absolutely wrecked, as it turns out, but practice makes perfect, I suppose. Jump into a few of these. I'd like to see how the multiplayer goes. I mean, I assume it's just a straight-up race. I guess there's probably no interaction. The nice thing, though, is if you go up against, like, the silver AI opponent, it will show you how it ended up doing that well, and that shall, hopefully, anyway, help you learn. So you can kind of do a front flip as well, which will extend your jump a little bit. There we go. But you get this nice sort of gameplay flow as you go through and kind of learn exactly what the right times to nail the slide are and what the right times to do the front flip are in order to maintain your speed. Once you get into that zone, I think the games that do that very well anyway are very enjoyable. Of course, the risk of making a game like that is that you could potentially have either a physics engine or just the way that the game is designed in a way that doesn't give you the expected reaction from the thing that you did. I think there's a genuine risk of that, either if you have a gnarly physics engine or maybe your animation quality isn't all that good or the game's just not quite as responsive as it needs to be. Thankfully, you know, this game definitely does not suffer from that problem. Runs well, plays well. I'm definitely very interested to see what the user-created levels are like. That might be worth a try now, actually. I imagine some of them are probably terrible. I like how it gives you a little stat at the bottom there. I actually nailed a gold medal on that one, which is pretty cool. So E is extra levels. Alright, so you can unlock those. And you can build your own level here as well. Question is, like, how do you... Oh, it's a daily challenge. Okay. Shall we try the daily challenge? Give it a shot. I have a feeling I'm going to get absolutely destroyed in the daily challenge, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, it has a mutator on it. The camera is opposite. Okay. Do I want to race against the world champion? No! No personal death. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So everything is backwards. So all of the muscle memory that you just developed over the course of the last, I guess, 12 minutes, it's now gone. And that was hopeless. All right. So you need to get way more momentum before you actually hit that. Way more. As to how you get that much momentum, well, that is a different matter entirely. Yeah, I think you have to jump that, because you can't slow yourself down by going up that hill. And then you do a second flip, and then up, and then you jump as you go off that. There we go. It's unnerving to be going the other way, though, I have to admit. At least there's a checkpoint. It's easy to restart the levels as well, so if you screw up, and you will, then you can restart instantly with a button press, which I think is almost a necessary feature of games like this. I don't even know if I can build up enough momentum from that checkpoint and actually be able to make that jump now. There is a booster there, but only if you have to jump while hitting the booster or just keep sliding. Yeah, I think you slide up and then you jump right at the edge, and that would probably work. And it doesn't. I think you have to just restart the entire level, because I don't think you've got enough momentum going into that from that checkpoint. You also have to jump before you hit the ramp, otherwise you won't land in time to do the second jump. And that is not the right time at all. So you can see, despite it looking fairly simple, it's actually quite tricky. There's a lot to learn. But when you nail it, it's really satisfying. Which is awesome. There we go. There's the boost. There's the flip. We got it. Yes! Up. I don't think... Yeah, that was not right at all. But, yeah. Okay. That's cool. It's nice that there's a daily challenge that keeps people coming back. I think it's a great feature that a lot of people are starting to add into games at this point. Not only does it give you a reason to continue to compete against your friends, but it gives you a reason to come back every day and see what the game has going for you. I am definitely curious as to how you can play... here we go. Play workshop levels. So you can't access them in-game by the looks of it? You browse the Steam Workshop. Okay. So you have to browse the Steam Workshop, then download via this separate menu that obviously you can't see on the screen right now. There's one called Roller Coaster. Let's see how easy it is to download a level. So I hit subscribe to this level called Roller Coaster. Play workshop levels. There we go. Downloads pretty easily. So, the workshop pops up in a window, and then you play that way. Okay, I'd like to select that. Why won't you let me do that? Let's try it again. Okay. Well, I'm hitting select, and it's not actually loading, which makes me think either it hasn't downloaded properly or there's some sort of problem with it. That's a little bit odd. So, I'm not 100% sure why that would be. It may be a case that you have to restart the game or something like that. And there's also online multiplayer, but there are unfortunately no people playing at the moment. I wonder if there are... That's the local. I could create a server. And these are the options. You've got level duration, max number of players at the same time. You can actually go up to 20. And you can set the level rotation, which gives you access to all the stuff that you've unlocked so far. You can't play the stuff that you haven't got yet. I mean, that's pretty cool, actually. I think that's a neat little package for those that are looking for a momentum-based runner. There's obviously quite the learning curve to getting it right. I think that the integration of the live friend challenges as well as the daily challenge and mutators is awesome. You know, that really adds to the value of the package. I think if you don't have that in a game like this, then the challenge is keeping people interested and keeping people playing, which this game seems to understand and was able to deal with quite nicely. And I've got to say, I absolutely love the theme. That's fantastic. The sheer amount of background detail, the fact that it's based on, I guess, a world of 80s toys or so, is a really cool idea. And while that detail is not necessary to make the game play well, it's a welcome addition regardless. There are a lot of very, very basic runners, and it's really cool to see one that took its theme to heart and actually created tracks based around that and really went all out on the level of detail. There's so many cool things in the background. I think the problem is like having the time to even look at them because you're too focused on nailing everything properly. But I also give it props for being able to distinguish between the foreground and the background very well. I think there's a big risk when you make these sort of 2.5D games that if you have too much background detail, you can obscure what you're looking at, but I never had that problem with this game at all, actually. I was very easily able to see the track and figure out when I was supposed to slide, when I was supposed to jump, how I was supposed to keep my momentum without being distracted by the things in the background. So I think Action Hank's pretty damn cool, actually. It's currently available on Steam right now if you want to check it out. That was my 15 minutes of game of the butt-sliding action figure, 80s toy sim, whatever the hell it is. But yeah, I liked it. You know, it's a nice little alternative to games like Tiny Wings and Alto's Adventure, but on PC. And it's a good value package with the daily challenges, the level builder, and the Steam Workshop support, even though for some reason I wasn't quite able to get that one level to work correctly. Probably requires a restart or something along those lines. But check that out. You know, that's a good, positive first impression, I think, of Action Hank. Not too shabby at all. All right, folks. My name has been TotalBiscuit. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, by all means, do feel free to click the like button. If not, dislike button is right over there. And I will see you next time.